CIA Operation Ajax is one of the most well-known covert operations conducted in 1953 by the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, in collaboration with British intelligence service MI6. The goal of the operation was to overthrow Iranian Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh and restore Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi to power. This operation became the first successful CIA intervention to change a regime in a foreign country and left a deep mark on Iran's history. Mohammad Mossadegh, who became Iran's prime minister in 1951, gained immense popularity due to his policy of nationalizing the oil industry. Until then, Iran's oil resource had been controlled by the British-owned Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, now BP, which took most of the profits, leaving Iran with only a small share. The nationalization of oil was a serious challenge to Britain, which lost access to a vital source of energy. Winston Churchill's British government initially tried to pressure Iran through sanctions and diplomacy, but these efforts failed. It was then decided to take radical measures, organizing a coup to overthrow Mossadegh. The operation involved the CIA because the U.S. feared that Iran's economic crisis might lead to increased Soviet influence in the region. The operation was codenamed Ajax in the U.S. and Operation Boot in Britain. Course of the operation: preparation and planning. The operation was coordinated by Kermit Roosevelt Jr., a CIA officer and grandson of former U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt. The plan was to use a comprehensive strategy, bribing military leaders, politicians, and religious figures, organizing mass riots, and intimidating the population. Psychological warfare. The CIA launched a massive disinformation campaign. Iranian newspapers began publishing planted articles discrediting Mossadegh. Radio stations broadcast fake news that he was allegedly planning to form an alliance with the Soviet Union and establish a communist regime. The methods used by agents included bribing journalists and spreading anti-government propaganda, provoking street protests by involving criminal elements, staging fake terrorist attacks and assaults attributed to Mossadegh's supporters. The first failed attempt. The first attempt to overthrow Mossadegh on August 15, 1953, failed. The Prime Minister, having been warned about the coup, ordered the arrest of the conspirators. Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, fearing for his life, fled the country to Iraq and then to Italy. The operation seemed doomed to fail. The second phase and the successful coup. Despite the failure, the CIA decided to continue the operation. Kermit Roosevelt organized a new wave of protests and chaos. On August 19, 1953, thousands of people took to the streets of Tehran. Among them were both genuine supporters of the Shah and hired provocateurs. Clashes erupted, and the police were powerless. The military loyal to the Shah seized key facilities, and Mossadegh was arrested. Conspiracy theories and mysterious aspects. Operation Ajax is surrounded by numerous mysteries and conspiracy theories. Some researchers believe that the coup was only part of a larger Western plan to control Middle Eastern oil resources. Here are some interesting facts and hypotheses. Masonic connections and secret societies. According to some theories, influential members of international secret societies were involved in planning the coup. It is suggested that some of Shah's associates and organizers of the operation were connected to Masonic lodges, which saw Mossadegh as a threat to their interests. The operation as a CIA experiment. Some historians believe that Ajax was a kind of test for the CIA. The success of the operation paved the way for future interventions in other countries, including Guatemala, 1954, Chile, 1973, and others. The mysterious role of Soviet intelligence. Interestingly, the Soviet Union, which had significant influence in the region, hardly intervened in the 1953 events. Some theories suggest that Soviet intelligence may have known about the impending coup but decided not to interfere, hoping to exploit the situation later. Missing documents. In 2013, the CIA declassified some documents related to the operation, but a significant portion of the archives remains inaccessible. This has fueled numerous rumors that the true scale of the intervention is much greater than officially acknowledged. Consequences of the coup. Establishment of the Shah's regime. Mohammad Reza Pahlavi consolidated his power and ruled Iran until the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Repressions and the creation of SAVAK. The Shah's secret police harshly suppressed any opposition. Thousands were arrested and many were tortured. Rise of anti-American sentiment. The coup left a deep scar on Iranian society and became one of the causes of the Islamic Revolution. In 1979, students seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, and U.S.-Iranian relations have never fully recovered. Operation Ajax remains a symbol of Cold War-era covert operations. It demonstrated how foreign intervention can change the fate of an entire nation and have long-lasting consequences. The mysteries and conspiracies surrounding these events continue to attract the attention of researchers and conspiracy theorists, while the story of the 1953 coup serves as a reminder of the fragility of democratic institutions and the importance of national sovereignty.